Hello folks, it's me again. I thought, as a break from the sci-fi model making, I would do a little reading from my new novella, The Dagger in Vichy, which came out this summer from Subterranean Press, based in Michigan. They've been fantastically supportive to me over the years. I always appreciate the attention to detail and the care that they put into their productions, and certainly the case with Dagger and Vichy. There's a nice hardback edition. It's about 119 pages, really lovely cover, and there's a soft cover edition as well. It's always a delight to do anything with Subterranean Press, so I thought I'd just read a little, 7 pages from the start of the novella, see what you think. The Dagger in Vichy. Were it not for the rut and Master Guillaume's bladder, we would never have met the night. It is the smell of my master's old satchel, the one in which he was carrying his papers when he stole into the Wold, that takes me back to that cold evening. It was the early winter in the 32nd year of the 19th Imperator, somewhere on the road between Vierzon and Bourges. We had been travelling for some hours after our last engagement, when the company's wagon lurched, causing Master Guillaume's pen to slip, gashing a line of ink down his manuscript. Master Guillaume crumpled the sheet into a ball. He slid open the wooden partition that was set into the front of our wagon, permitting communication with the driver, who sat outside on a bench above the leading wheels. Master Guillaume flicked his arm through the open partition and ejected the offending object into the night. He leaned forward and called, "Fergus, I need a piss." Our driver called back, "Can it not wait, Master Guillaume, until we stop to rest the team?" "If it could wait, brother, I should not have asked." Our master soldier Bernard, who had been dozing with the rest of us in the wagon, roused himself. "I will come with you, Guillaume. When Fergus is as old as us, he will have a better understanding of old men's needs." "Watch about yourselves," Fergus said, as his horses snorted and scuffed ground. "This isn't the safest road in France." Bernard laughed. "Which is?" He nudged Ida awake in her bunk. "What is it?" He opened a box, rummaged about in it, and passed her a particle pistol. "Go and wave this about, sister, and act plausibly about it. Guillaume and I have need of a piss." "You drink too much," Ida said, scraping the sleep from her eyes. "Especially the playwright. More piss comes out of him than words." She wriggled into boots and a knee-length coat, opened the back door, and clambered onto the roof by means of the ladder fixed to the rear of the wagon. She bellowed down theatrically, "How many discharges left, Master Soldier?" 12 at full yield," Bernard answered forcefully, "and you'd better waste none of them on foxes." Master Guillaume and Bernard left the wagon and walked 24 paces back the way they had come. I observed them through the rear window, fixing the scene in my mind, as I imagined Master Guillaume would have done. If I could not yet read or write more than 100 or so words, I could still imprint a vivid scene upon my memory. One day, I assured myself, I would commit this moment to paper. The moon made the road a ribbon of milk, hemmed by ink-dark margins of the verges and the woods. A church bell rang. Master Guillaume stood still and let his bladder relieve itself. A trickle, a spurt, then the full obliging flow. A few paces down, Bernard joined the chorus. "What are you, horses?" Ida complained. I heard the scuffle of her heels on the roof as she turned like a windcock, surveying all quarters. "Better in than out, sister," Guillaume answered. "Well, finish your business, both of you. I don't like stopping here." An owl hooted. Master Guillaume refastened his garments. Bernard continued, standing like a sentinel with his tall, broad back to the road. He was an old man by my reckoning, even then, though I am now much older than Bernard was when he died. but he carried with him a strength and a confidence that belied his years, and I believed then that he feared nothing in the world, no man or army, no weapon or spectre of the past, except the idea of dishonour. "Please, masters," I whispered, willing the men to hasten back to the wagon. Master Guillaume was the first to turn. He took a step in our direction, but then halted, noticing something to his right. I think now that it must have been the paper he discarded into the night, although no mention of it was ever made again. He stepped off the road, crunching into nettles. He was stooping when a sound snagged him. What happened next, I only know because of the joint testimony of Bernard and Master Guillaume when they returned to the wagon. From out of the verge there came a rasp of ragged breath. The rasp shaped a wordless human groan. "Bernard," Master Guillaume called. "Come, please. There's someone here." "Careful, both of you," Fergus shouted back. I projected my head further out of the wagon's side window. "Master Guillaume, I'll go instead of you, sir." "It's all right, boy," Master Guillaume called back to me. "I'm not for the cemetery just yet." "You aren't," Bernard said, touching his hand to his shoulder. "But I should still go first." Bernard drew out his precious carbon-bladed dagger. He had allowed me to examine it on occasion, and I knew it to have been handed down to Bernard through 6 generations of master soldier. It was heavy but beautifully balanced, with a nugget of depleted uranium lodged in the hilt. "Caution, brother," Master Guillaume said. "Indeed, it must be a poor ambusher to make such noise, but we'll take no chances." He edged past Master Guillaume, stepping down gingerly into a ditch concealed by undergrowth. "Easy, friend," Bernard said, speaking into the gloom, then turning around. "There's a soldier here, Guy, an injured man. He's no enemy of ours." Master Guillaume battled through the nettles. A bareheaded man lay lengthwise in the ditch wearing black armour. The man's arms pressed a boxy wooden form against his chest. Bernard knelt. He sheathed his dagger and offered a hand to the man's shoulder. "My name is Bernard, friend. Yours?" The man spoke French well enough, but his accent was Teutonic. "Sir Joseph of Friedrichshafen, sir, a knight of the Imperial Guard." "I was once in the Imperator's service, Sir Joseph," Bernard confided. "The 3rd Legion, under Hildegard of Mons. I was commissioned out after the Battle of Lucerne." Some rare wonder cracked the soldier's voice. "You were at Lucerne?" "Yes, and with the neuralgia and the palsy to show for it." Bernard smiled tightly. "You're hurt, friend. Let us bring you to our wagon, and then to Bourges." Master Guillaume's eyes adapted to the shadows. A fissure had been opened in the man's armour from rib to thigh, gouged wide and puddled with blood. He could not say if it had been done by blade, ball, or particle strike. "I'm finished," Joseph said. Though a knight, he seemed barely out of boyhood. "What happened, my friend?" Master Guillaume put to him. "They jumped us about 20 leagues from here, ambushed the landmaster, energy artillery, some siege blasters." Master Guillaume nodded gravely. "We saw and heard a battle the night before last in the direction of Orleans. We thought it was fireworks to begin with, and then realised it was something more." "That was it, friend." Joseph's eyes shifted to Master Guillaume. "What's your name, traveller? Are you a former soldier as well?" "Guillaume of Ghent. I'm with a travelling theatrical company on our way east. There are 8 of us. You may have heard of—" Joseph cut him off gently. Are you loyal, masters?" Bernard said. "To the death." "And your friend?" "I trust Guy as a brother," Bernard answered without hesitation. "We've travelled many leagues together, within and without the borders of France." "Then I am well met with 2 good friends such as yourselves." Joseph's breath rattled vigorously. "God save the Imperator, but this cargo I have with me must reach Avignon." "That little box?" Bernard asked, with a faint surprise. "It's a priceless relic, donated in tribute by one of the monasteries in the lowlands. You must take it, friends, with your company. If you cannot reach Avignon yourselves, bring the tribute to soldiers of His High Holiness. Joseph coughed wretchedly. You'll be rewarded for your pains. We're just players, sir. And loyal servants of the Imperator, Bernard added, with a heavy emphasis. If this is your wish, friend, then we'll honour it. Can you trust your companions? Yes, Bernard replied. All of them, to the death. Faustin's not the actor he thinks he is, but he isn't disloyal. The boy Rufus is a better actor than he ever was a horse thief or pickpocket, and he'd sooner die than let any of us down. Ida has a sharp tongue, but a good heart. Rosemary is good and kind, as is Fergus. Blind Benedict, I doubt he needs a full accounting, Master Guillaume murmured. I don't, and I rely on your word. Joseph coughed again. I must warn you, friends. The enemies of the Imperator are abroad, and they know of this cargo. Do you have an itinerary? Yes, Master Guillaume affirmed. 4 nights in Bourges at a little tavern where we're doing Fortune Presents, then on to Moulins for a 7-night engagement at the Blind Cupid with the cockfighter, provided there isn't too much trouble there. That will take us a little nearer Avignon. We must fill our contracted obligations if we're to be invited back. There is always some flexibility in this itinerary, Bernard contradicted gently, glancing at his companion. It won't be impossible for us to travel south and remain in profit. Oh, thank you, friends. Joseph's relief was a palpable thing. I alone escaped from the ambush. They charged me to run as far and fast as I could with the tribute. I may die here now, but my pledge to the Imperator is yet unbroken. Something close to delight spilled into his words. I am very glad that you travelled this road tonight. The honour is ours, dear Sir Joseph of Friedrichshafen, Bernard answered solemnly. I promise we'll take good care of your cargo. Please, heed the instructions we were given. The box is never to be opened. Bernard pledged. We shall not, and our word is our bond. I believe your oath, brothers, Joseph said. Master Guillaume rested with his hands on his knees. We should still bring you with us. There'll be good doctors in Bourges, perhaps even a healing coffin. I saw one once, a box that you could put a man in, however broken, and then take him out hale again a week later. Not even a healing coffin could save me, friends, Joseph said without regret. Besides, it's best I don't travel with you. If you're stopped by brigands and they find a knight of the guard, even my body, they'll link me to the tribute. You must stow it as deep in your stores as you may, under blankets and sacks, if you have such things. To make it hard to find, Master Guillaume nodded. That also, Joseph said, as if there had been something else on his mind, something that no longer needed amplification. Move me a little further into the woods, friends. I don't want to be seen from the road by day. You'll die here, Master Guillaume speculated. Joseph managed a smile. I'm already in heaven, friends. You have redeemed me. God save the Imperator. God bless you, Bernard said softly. I could have asked for a man like you by my side at Lucerne, Sir Joseph. That day might have turned otherwise, had you been there. They moved him, which was no easy matter, then bid the dying knight farewell, and between them conveyed the tribute back to the wagon. Ida glared down from the roof. What was it, you pissmongers? We're to take this south to Avignon, Bernard said, climbing onto the wagon, while Master Guillaume helped push the box up to him from beneath. This being what? That is not our affair, Bernard replied sternly. Only that the Imperator values it, and so must we. That was when I saw the box with my own eyes for the first time. It was sturdy and plain, with the gleam of a lock set into its upper surface. In my naive excitement I exclaimed, "Oh, masters, it's good that we came this way. Now we have something important to do." "Shut up, shitstain," Ida said rightfully. She scrambled down from the roof, came in through the window and tossed the pistol back into one of our open prop boxes, where it clattered among tin swords, imitation daggers and masks of paste and feather that were the gaudy instruments of our profession. Thank you. So there you are, a little taster of the Dagger and Vichy. If you've enjoyed that and you want to find out the rest of the story, then hop over to Subterranean Press and you should be able to order a copy. Cheers.